finally with another One Piece reaction. We have chapter 1167. LOL. I haven't seen much of this chapter. The one thing I did see was like an AI generated thing, but apparently it's an actual panel. Somebody just AI generated the panel before it came out. Like they saw the leaks or whatever, and they made their own version of it. Whatever. We're going in 100% unspoiled, so we're in for a ride. I mean, obviously we're still gonna be in flashback, but I don't know if we're gonna get any more rock stuff. Rocks might be over. I think this is gonna be a Herald chapter, but we shall find out. Let's get into it. One Piece chapter 1167, Ida's Son. We got a cover request by Ideal Sanji. A cat is scolded for stealing a book, but Jen and Nojiko aren't mad. Gen and Nojiko. Sorry, I have a friend named Jen, so I'm just calling her Jen. Any little Easter egg, anything hidden in here? I'm never the one to find all the like hidden stuff in a panel. When I be watching like other commentators' reviews, or when I be scrolling through X, seeing like what people are saying, I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't see that or that or that. So now I'm trying to like keep an eye out for things. But even when I keep an eye out for things, I'm still probably not gonna catch it. It'd be some real agenda hounds looking for any small things that can go for their agenda. Oh yeah, so we're really not getting any more rocks. 33 years ago, 5 years after the God Valley incident, I could have sworn pirates were approaching off the shore. A post-God Valley world. But there's something huge and shadowy emerging from the mist behind them. What? Sorry, I just realized we're going to have to do a lot of reading. The underwater prison impelled down. Everything just went kaboom after that. Our ship was in ruins before we knew it. We were nothing but fish food. You sure it wasn't a Sea King attack? No, it was shaped like a human. Don't tell me you were in the infamous waters of the Florian Triangle. No. Fat chance we don't fish near that region. Everyone knows to avoid it. Anyway, that monstrous thing was definitely human-like. Interesting. What are they waffling about? During this period, rumor began to circulate. Oh, that guy. We know this guy. Among the Grand Line countries, they said a monster lurked deep in the foggy seas targeting pirate crews. Whoa. The identity of that monster was no other than Harold. Of course. Few have sailed those waters and ever seen a giant with their own eyes, so to them it was nothing scarier than the embodiment of fear. Harold now worked in the shadows to back up the Navy as part of the atonement for the last 1,000 years of history. I don't know, guys. I don't know how I feel about this. I'm not a big fan of collective punishment. And I know Harold's taking upon his own shoulders. But I mean, we know, hindsight's 2020, we know that this doesn't really do much for him or Elbaf. So it's really giving Odin dancing right now. But at least Odin dancing, he wasn't attacking people. I know they're pirates, and I know they're probably doing bad things when Harold isn't attacking them, but now they're getting their ship demolished and probably losing a lot of lives at sea because this nigga wants to atone for stuff, and it's not gonna work. They're setting you up. Meanwhile, the pirates who had gone their separate ways after God Valley continue to rise in prominence over the next decade or so. Each one of them would peak to become a defining face of their generation. Okay, so I guess my argument, I always thought it was Prime Big Mom and Prime Whitebeard at God Valley. But if they're continuing to peak, like it says, they continue to rise in prominence, and each one of them would peak. Like, they would peak. They're not at their peak. So maybe... I just can't imagine that fat, gross Linlin is the strongest version of Big Mom. Prime Whitebeard at God Valley. I mean, I understand Prime Whitebeard was the one that fought Roger in the Odin flashback a couple years down the line, but you're telling me this Big Mom that lost a fucking kid-in-law is stronger than the one at God Valley? I don't want to believe that. Most of these pirates simply clashed over territory. However, one crew broke through all the others and achieved a feat long to become impossible. He circumnavigated the entire world. So not only did they just, they were just fucking explorers, they were ducking the clashes. I don't know if that's exactly what they're saying, but it's saying most of these pirates, the word simply is throwing me off, because maybe Roger and them were clashing over other things, and then they broke through, but, you know, for agenda purposes, it sounds like everybody's Pirate King is ducking smoke. They were heralded as the crew of the King of the Pirates, Gold Roger. The public execution of the captured Pirate King was meant to serve as a spectacle to display the world government's power. However, it rose to the Great Pirate Era. The world was plunged into greater turmoil as countless souls set out in pursuit of the vast treasure Roger left behind, the One Piece. I really don't remember these niggas' names. I really don't. I know Sai is gonna call all these people by their full names in his video. There's so many people that are just like so deep into the One Piece wiki. They know everybody from every crew by name. It's kind of impressive. Let me check chat real quick before we continue. Cool. No one anticipated the advent of the Great Pirate Era. Navy headquarters found itself caught off guard as a result. More than 10 giants were drafted into the Marines from all over the world in an effort to consolidate strength. During this stretch of time, Harold waited on the Navy hand and foot. You see how huge he was? He's an ancient giant. I want to make him my slave. And that very year, he was finally granted formal permission to visit the Holy Land. A shallow sea contract? That is correct. Consider yourself the right hand of the God's Knights. God Steel. Oh shit, he got Gunko's position? Was that Gunko's position? Or is that just the name I like to call it? I like that though. I mean, I don't like that he's super subbing out, but I do like that he's like moving up the ranks and like he's actually getting something for all of the stuff he's going through, because we know not much really happens for Elbaf. So at least he's getting something out of this. There are 3 levels of contract. The shallow sea contract is more of a minor pact. The deep sea and the deep sea contracts are reserved for those who are bound fully to the true God. Only 13 individuals in the entire world receive that privilege. What do you mean by God? You will only come to know the greatest depths of this world on the day you become a full Knight of God. So that's all the God Knights know about you. The day you become, you learn. Could Elbaf become a member nation then? Naturally, Harold, at that point the entire world will be clamoring to welcome you. I'm grateful for this opportunity. Oh shit, where'd he go bad? He's not that guy for real. We thought you were really that guy, and you proved us that you were not. You did nothing but get off-screened. Even your one dub in God Valley was off-screen, but you're not that guy. The Knight's Temple Shangara, a domain of the gods. Wow. It's giving hella Olympus from Hercules. The Hercules show. Ooh. I'm just thinking about what I'm going to do after this. I think I'm going to see if I can find like some Greek mythology movie. That could be fun to watch. Anyway, let me get back on track. What is the Great One planning? You're going to obey us even though you're the king of Elbaf? Of course, just say the world. Captain of the Knights of God, Figureland family, Saint Garling, Summers, and Shanks? Shamrock? Shanks? Shamrock? One of them. We'll keep a long distance transponder snail on hand and call if we need you. If we ever needed you. You'll be free to travel the surface world, but you're forbidden to speak to and you are forbidden to speak of our dealings. Understood. 20 years ago, Ryukyu Kingdom, Fishman Island. Ho ho ho, ba ha ha ha. I haven't laughed this hard in a long time, Neptune. Me too, Pajaman? Oh, pal. And he throws Jaman at the end of everything. We both have our fair share of headaches, don't we? To be honest, I don't think your son is bad deep down. Let's not forget what your use was like. Well, when you put it like that, I'm just being brutally honest. Anyway, did I tell you a fortune teller predict I'll have a daughter in 4 years? Jama. When the time is right, why don't we betroth Loki to my future daughter? Huh? You're going too far. Cut it out. Hey, don't write her off so fast. She's not gonna be just any old mermaid. My daughter might well be born with a power no one else could ever handle. Jamal. Well, no, that does sound like a perfect match. Let's have a toast. Here's to the futures of my mischievous troublemaker and your little Mosa Mosa. What? Guys, are you seeing what I'm seeing? Are we putting this together? Is this who he was on the phone with? This fucking Shirahoshi? No way, right? No way. Am I jumping to conclusions? Is this the conclusion? Talk to me, guys. Let me leave a comment. Let me know what you're thinking. Am I on to something? Is this just being spelled out for us? Is this a red herring? What do you guys think this is? Don't call her that. She won't be Shaggy. I don't know what that means. That same year, Owl Library Elbaf. Don't mention it. Your pause. I know giants age funky, but Loki's been around for a while. What was he born? 39 years ago when we started this flashback? 45 years ago? One of those. He's been around. Shawty isn't even born yet, and they're talking about marrying. That's insane. I know giants age funky, but that's insane. That same year, Owl Library Elbaf. Don't mention it. You're welcome to live freely here, Saul. Thanks a bunch. Actually, there's one thing I'd like to ask. What is it? If we get other learned folks on Elbaf to help, would you be willing to open a school here? A school? That's a nice idea. Oh, Harold's just big as shit. Elbaf is big as shit. Harold's big as shit. Because that's Saul, who's big as shit. He's half of Harold's size, who's really big as shit. And then we got these fucking trees and buildings that Harold can walk in. It's insane, the scale of Elbaf. I can't wait to see it in the anime where everything's moving and like we can really get a grasp of the scale. So this place is going to be huge. It's going to be gorgeous. 15 years ago. I thought this was Harold stuff. That's 14 years ago, I think. 15 years ago, a major incident occurred at the Holy Land of Mary Joy. My slaves are running away. The cells are broken. Here we go. Do you want to be their pet forever? Huff, huff, huff. Chef, damn it. Is that a god's night? He sure is. Shanks. Listen, the armory will be unlocked for you. I'll tell you the location. Gah, bow, gunpowder? Hurry, big sis. Sandersonia. There's someone out there, someone fighting to free us from this hell. Hurry, Koala, you have to run. Was that a theory or was it confirmed? I remember some years ago people were talking about how Koala, the girl in the Revolutionary Army, was the small girl on Fisher Tiger's boat. I don't remember why we were talking about that. I can't remember if that was a confirmed theory or I mean if that was a confirmed thing like we got from like an SBS or something, or if that was a theory somebody had. Either way, W's. Just refreshing chat real quick, seeing if we're good. Looks like we're good. Back to the chapter. This attack on the Holy Land was carried out by Fisher Tiger. In the wake of this incident, he would go and become the captain of the Sun Pirates. Yep. Remember that? We remember that. But Shanks really let them free. That's dope. See, now over here it looks like he has... How long ago did he lose his fucking eye to Blackbeard? It hadn't been a while ago, right? Because he lost his arm 12 years ago? How long ago was that? 14 years ago? I think 12 years ago before pre-time skips, or 14 years ago. So he had to have the scar. So this up here is Shamrock. I think. I know we'll see soon enough. Let me just go back to where... Sounds like that was pretty rough. They say someone with the government must have let the armory open for them. Now it's up for us to find the culprit. I can't wait to execute them. There's someone I want to introduce you to, Harold. Huh? His name is Shanks. He's Shamrock's younger brother, and they were separated a long time ago due to circumstances. He suffered many hardships in this world, and if he were to form a deep-sea contract, I believe he'd make a great asset on pair with Shamrock. For the time being, however, he's been given the rank of God Steel. So, God Steel is when you have the Shallow Sea contract, you're just God Steel. That's not like a special rank that was given to Gunk or anything. That's just like the low level of like pseudo God Knight. Deep Sea contract, you're a God's Knight. In deep sea contract, you learn about Emu and all that. I know I said the same thing when I first met Shamrock too, but I can't shake the feeling that I've met you before. You haven't? No. I don't know what you're talking about. You're just some giant commoner from the surface. Don't act so familiar with me. Oh, I forgot he's putting on the axe. He just helped Fisher Tiger. I was about to say, ew, Shanks. Yuck. But... Oh, his eye is bandaged right now. When did he lose his eye? I gotta look at that. I was blessed from birth with Figureland blood in my veins. I have no doubt I'll become a God's Knight before you. Guess I mistook you for someone else. Did he see Roger? I don't know. Who is he thinking about? Come on, Shamrock. I wish deep in my knowledge of the Holy Land, and I shall apprehend that traitor to claim some credit I deserve. Are there any leads? It can wait till your wounds are finally healed, Shanks. You cannot fathom the anguish of having wasted the last 24 years of your life. No wonder the rest of the world seems so alien to me. Godsteel, Devotee, Figureland Family, Saint Shanks, Knight of God, Figureland Family, Saint Shamrock. What fucking drip, dude. Like, look at the fit. Look at the fit. I think I'm digging Shamrock's fit a little more with, you know, the half V. But look at these boys dripped out. It's insane. I hated everything down there. Dot, dot, dot. I'm just going to assume he's acting. That same year, the fishing village on Elbath. It's no good. My medical knowledge is too limited. Let's call Harold, see if he can get in touch with some more skilled doctor. Don't. He's got a lot on his plate now. What's the point of fostering a network with the world government if we don't use it? I can recover all my... Oh my gosh. Even she's sick. Oh. I'll talk about it when I finish. I can recover on my own. You keep saying that, but you're getting weaker by the day. You have to get better. Harold will be heartbroken if you don't, you know. Mito, keep the tavern open. No way. How can I when you're this sick, Ida? Never Harold told me. Always go straight to the elders and begs them to allow you to marry legally. That fool, he knows I'm happy with my tavern. I enjoy befriending sailors from all over the world. Huff, huff. It may not be much, huff, but I feel like I'm helping Harold by doing that. Damn, this bitch ugly as hell. Hey, foreign hag. What? Loki. Cook this meat up for the old hag, will you? The tavern's my main hangout spot. I want her to reopen it. Good grief, that troublemaker has gone out of hand. I'm glad you've been able to keep him in line. Even with Adruda and his friends away, looking for a doctor, your boys really love you. So cute. Everyone's blowing this out of proportion, huff. I'll be fine, huff, but it does make me smile. She's not going to be fine. We already know how it gets when you're a mom in a flashback. Elbath Alcohol Village, hometown of Loki's birth mother. Huh? What did you say? We were talking about how utterly unbearable it would be if we let that foreign bitch worm our way into the royal family. You're with us, right, Loki? We're Esther's relatives. I'm not even going to look ahead. I already know Loki's not finna deal with that. I already know he's not. Because what did you just say? I already know he's not going to go for that. We're Esther's relatives. She was Harold's true wife. We can't let anyone have a claim on our inheritance. That's why I slipped her a dose of poison. Yeah, he's really not going to go for that. This stuff is fatal. Her days are numbered. I still remember my birth mother. She hated me. She had thrown me into the realm of the dead. Who gives a shit about inheritance? Your whole family's nothing but trash. Now answer, Ida won't actually die. She's the only mother I've ever known. I bet it must get pretty lonely, right, Loki? Wouldn't it be better if you stay with us? Loki's had it really, really tough. I know everybody in One Piece flashbacks have it really, really tough, but dude, hated by his real mom, finally found an idol. That's a crazy question to ask. But yeah, finally found an idol. Idol dies because his dad doesn't help him out. Gets to know his mom because his dad's cucking out to the world government. Not his mom, but gets a mom because his dad's cucking out to the world government. And then stepmom gets poisoned by the relatives of his real mom who hated him and he hated them. It's a real tough life. It's a real hard life. Really starting to like Loki. Really loving this Elbaf. This has been my favorite. His flashback has been my favorite. I loved it even before we got God Valley, and then we got fucking God Valley. So definitely top one. And I feel like it's still gonna get better. Like, this was a really good chapter. This was really solid. Setting up some good stuff. I feel like next chapter we might start Loki's Rampage. Like, if Ida really does die next chapter, we might start getting Loki's Rampages. I don't know. I don't know if he started rampaging only after Harold died, or if he was cutting up before that. I guess we'll find out. Tune back in next week for another One Piece stream. This is insane. Yeah, come back in next week for another One Piece stream. I might stream some anime if I find some anime I like to watch. We might stream some anime again. But we are officially back. So please, like this video if you like what you saw. Subscribe to the channel if you want to be updated when I go live or when I post on YouTube again. And I'll catch y'all folks on the flip side. On the flip side, y'all be safe, y'all be easy. Peace out.